Started a Minecraft server with my buddies the other day, and I've come to realize I've forgotten how to play Minecraft. With the new 1.18 update, we decided to start up a server, get a season going, get some good builds going, and yeah, we're just trying to figure out what we want to build, what kind of shenanigans we can get into, and all sorts of other things. So, one thing I didn't realize, this server was on hard mode. What does that mean? That means the mobs are a little more intense. So, let's take this little skeleton for example. Wooden axe, probably not big of a deal, but as we can see, it hits a lot harder when you have no armor. So you decide to run and you realize you don't have depth strider on your boots anymore from your last server, and you die. A lot. I really have no idea where that creeper came from. You may also forget that digging upwards is a bad idea. I sure did, and I almost suffocated in the sand because of it, and then just sat there, drowning, like anyone else would. But at least we found some treasure. That almost makes up for it, right? Little bit of treasure? Oh hey, another drowned. I can handle one of these guys pretty easily at least. Swish, thwack, smack, sword noises. I gotta do what I can because there's no sound yet. See? Just like that. However, I could also forget that these exist. Lots and lots of drowned at the same time with pointy little tridents that hurt a lot. So let's maybe not explore that right away until we have at least some respiration or, armor. That would probably help a lot. Now that we've remembered our place in the food chain, it's time to get back to exploring, and what better way than starting out the server with a treasure map. While we hunt for this treasure, I'd like to acknowledge that I realize there is no sound in the beginning part of this video. That would be due to me being new to recording these videos, so expect errors. Lots of them. Anyways, now it's time to track this treasure down, and I'm not really used to using maps, so I never really know what direction to go. That's why I have F3 open kinda all the time right now, just so I can figure out which way to go and follow the map and just actually get my bearings going so that when someone gives me coordinates, I can actually turn in the right direction and not make a fool of myself. I'm definitely what you would call a pro Minecrafter, obviously, if that wasn't obvious enough. Yeah, pro Minecrafter. With my F3 up all the time, looking for treasure. But I'm actually getting closer, so that's nice. It's always kind of fun to see the map fill out so you can actually see the terrain going. Because when you really do, you get one of those nice big map overlays going in the spawn area. Even though they do cause a lot of lag, especially when they don't scale well, they are very pretty because, once again, the terrain generation. And once again, I'm forgetting how painful digging underwater is without aqua affinity or respiration. So we're going to try to avoid that unless it's treasure or something that we need, like coal. I would do a lot of things for coal right now because we have a lot of iron to smelt before we get started. We got the treasure, and there was a diamond inside, so that's a pretty good way to start, even though one diamond really isn't useful for me right now. I'd like a pickaxe, but we'll get there soon enough. What we really need to do right now is go back to the starter, find our bed, and get cracking on a starter base. But as we've come to expect, there is danger lurking at every corner, and my bed is surrounded. That's not good. I really need that bed. Even though it's at spawn, so it's not a big deal, but I really want that bed. I worked hard for it. The main thing is I need to sleep because nights are dangerous. Although I will say I did not expect to, put a creeper in a boat this early. What am I even going to do with that? I'll tell you what, little buddy, you're probably just going to be chilling there for a long time because I am 100% going to forget about you. Maybe in due time. Maybe I'll drop you off at the Great Rupert's place. Nice little surprise in store for him. That'll be nice, right? And with that, I'm just going to time-lapse our little hobbit hole because everyone creates a hobbit hole and it is nothing special. I'd rather focus on some more interesting aspects of our builds as we go. So, enjoy! And while we hyperspeed through this build, I'd like to introduce the other Minecrafters on this server. We have the server owner, the Great Rupert. We have Trazava. And we have Tentanax. These are just a few buddies of mine from a software engineering Discord server. We've been friends for years, and we decided to just, make a server together, get some shenanigans going. The goal here is we really want to do mega builds. As for what the others are doing, I have no idea. As for what I'm doing, I'm a big fan of Aragon, so I've decided to recreate Trondheim. Or Trondheim, I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced. I don't rely on the movie, it was crap. The big thing here is I want all my reference material to be, for lack of better words, legit. So I've gotten some pictures, references from the book. I've even gone to Christopher Paolini's Twitter and found sketches and other sorts of material that I would say he's deemed appropriate, even though it's fan content. If he approves, that's good enough for me. I do realize this is going to be quite the undertaking, as it is huge. Now that we have a little bit of a hobbit hole built for the starter and we can move away, and as more people join the server, they have a little home to refuge, going down to the mine shaft, and I found my first piece of Minecraft 1.18. It's not huge, but a nice little lush cave. So I've never seen the moss blocks before, so that was pretty cool. I am genuinely excited to find one of those large caves everyone's been talking about. I've seen plenty of YouTube videos on it. They just look incredible. The new world generation is just absolutely stunning. I'm also not used to mining this low. Going below 0 is just weird to me. If I remember correctly from reading the update, the new lowest point is Y-64. But the fact that we got a diamond 2 blocks into our mine shaft, that makes it all worth it. I was told by the other players just to go straight down to the world bottom by bedrock, and I should find diamonds, and lo and behold, there are actually a lot of diamonds down here. So I even looked up a chart, and the disbursement of diamonds is actually correct. They are not very common, but they're most common right near Y-64, so just near bedrock. I'm also realizing that my bridge building skills are not that great, but hey, it's a starter, so it's a start. The first thing I noticed wrong with it is that there is a much cleaner path to the mine shaft. Not everybody wants to go around 60, 70, 100 blocks just to get to the mine shaft when you could just go right over it. And back to mining, it's always nice to find more diamonds. And redstone. I am primarily a redstone builder. I'm not great, I'm not good, I'm not bad. So that's a nice start. Once we get more redstone, we can build all sorts of contraptions like a super smelter with a flying machine bamboo to fuel it day and night. And would you look at that, I remembered that there's actually sound in the game to record. Definitely took me long enough to figure that one out. That's also a new thing for me, audio recording. So expect adjusted levels. The game might be too high, the audio might be too low. It's just another hurdle for me to figure out as I go on this little journey of video editing discovery. And you know what? Speaking of discovery, there are actually a lot of diamonds down here. Like, I did not expect to find this many so early on, especially with just, iron pickaxes and just burning through them without enchantments or anything. And just like that, a few days into the server, Minecraft days, not literal days, we have full diamond armor and even a couple tools. That's pretty good for day one, especially when you die a couple times pretty quickly in the beginning. Another thing to note is that, this isn't always going to be in third person. As I learn, I'm going to try to record it in first person, so you get more live takes, hot takes, not just, voiceovers and dubbing and me droning on and on trying to figure out what's interesting, what's not interesting. Now, me being a redstone builder primarily aside, that does leave me in the reins of I'm not that good of a builder, design-wise. So, something, as you can see here, I've never done stripped bark before. That was a new one for me, design-wise, so this might not be the best choice, but I'm just playing around with what goes in, trying to learn gradients and how to just make something more aesthetically pleasing than functionally, functional. And as we can see, just a little bit of strip bark here, it actually helps a lot. It's not super fancy, but it does add a little extra texturing that offsets just the gradient of normal planks. So what we'll do is we'll just add a little bit more up top just to round it all out. So what I didn't realize is that somebody else is over here at spawn. Not sure who it is or what they did, but they definitely built an enchanting table nearby. So let's go check it out, build a path to it, try to make spawn a little more friendly to the new players. That's another thing that I often forget is that paths just add a little bit extra to your towns, cities, or whatever kind of build you're trying to do. Establishing a connection between your buildings can really be a make or break kind of visual separation, even if it's meticulously planned or just random and scattered like this one. It looks like this building is relatively well equipped for new players. It's got a bunch of wood in it, and that's, very handy when you're new, especially when your builds are almost entirely made of cobblestone and wood. Anyways, back to mining. As you can see, more diamonds, which is always fun. The more diamonds, the merrier. That just means more armor I can afford to lose, because I will, without a doubt, lose all of it. But now it's time to explore that little lush area a little bit, and we found, oh god, I hope I pronounced this word correctly, axolotls? I hope that's right. But there's a pink and yellow one, so they look really cute. I never really played with them before in 1.17, but they are really pretty. I think it's hilarious. I do hope that there are more mobs that come in the future as I try and fail to capture one, but I would love to see raccoons in Minecraft. I've seen several user-created skins for foxes that work really well, and I would just love to see that. They're my favorite. Absolutely my favorite. That being said, with that final diamond vein that we just found, we should have enough to fill out everything. I'm not sure why the diamond sword wasn't accessible there from that menu, but we were able to make it either way. So now we have a full tool set, minus the hoe. You don't really need a diamond hoe this early. And naturally, right as you get your tools, you go exploring something a little bit deeper. I was looking for a cave. What I found? Well, it was a little bit of a cave, but it was also death. It all starts with the lights going out, and they swarm, and your iron sword isn't as good as it used to be, and the little baby zombies are so hard, and a creeper drops and you die. Wonderful. Now we have to rush and get our stuff back, and the baby zombie's wearing our stuff. Really not sure how we're going to get by this one. He is strong. It's just death after death. Oh my god. I can't even get my stuff back before he hits me. I gotta tell you, the panic fingers are really setting in as you miss the ladder. Come on, Georgie, you can do this. No, you can't. Apparently not. Get some dirt, block him in. At least try. Panic fingers again. Oh boy. Alright. 8th time. 9th time? Is the charm? Nope. Maybe not. Now, maybe? This time? I'm not dead yet. I think we got it. And our stuff is still there. I was really rushing in to, keep dying over and over just so that the stuff wouldn't respawn. So I was just trying to rush through it. So, thankfully, we got most of our stuff back except, the stuff he's wearing. And I'm not sure if it actually drops. But look at him. He's kind of cute in that diamond armor set that he's got on, making him really powerful. He even picked up the frickin' diamond sword. No wonder I was dying in 2 hits from him. So please drop. Please drop. Please drop. Wow, you take a lot of hits. Drop. Drop it. Drop it. Bad zombie. That's a bad zombie. He does look cool in that armor, though. Let's get a better... Yes, he drops it. Okay, good. We got our stuff back. That is fantastic. I thought I lost everything to that thing. Now that we've essentially established ourselves in this area, this was a serious starter base. It was only meant for a few days. I honestly really set it up just for other people because I wanted to go out exploring. I wanted to find my area, not too far away from the other Minecrafters that are playing, but far enough that I could have my own industrial area and a lot of room to work with, especially with the new terrain generation that's going in. We might need a lot of room. Something I neglected in the beginning, make a boat. That is essential for exploring when you're starting out, especially when you don't have wings and you can't fly everywhere. Sometimes you just, you forget how good you had it. So what we're doing right now is we're just getting ready to roll out, getting all our stuff together, a little organization, getting our inventory kind of maxed out with what we can take, getting some food together with the little farm over there, among other things like waiting for our iron and copper to smelt. And since it's right here, maybe just a little bit of a pickaxe enchanting so we don't burn through our iron, because it does seem a little harder to find. I would definitely recommend checking those charts that other people have released who are much better at this than I am. They know where the coal veins are, they know where the copper veins are, the large veins. There's great charts out there. Definitely go look at them if you're having trouble finding where the ores are. I figure a couple enchanted pickaxes will help me out along the way. And if we go back, we take our valuable stuff with us at least. I don't really know why copper's in there. It's not really valuable, but it makes for good blocks. But we don't have the coal to smelt it up right now, so it's just going to come with us in raw block form. But I will leave everything else, food-wise, a little bit of decoration, some dye. I'm going to leave the axolotls. They just take up too much inventory space. If I don't remember them, I'll be back for them someday. And with that, we'll end our first episode and getting ready to explore and find our mega base site in the next episode. If you like this video, feel free to like it, comment it, or if you really like it, drop a subscription. That'd be really nice. Either way, hope to see you in the next one.